It's a blessing to have you here with me tonight. Don't be shy, let the words speak for you, alright. Come on, step in the
This
light.
one is titled Born of the Galaxies. Before the first sunrise ever kissed this planet, I believed my soul had already learned the language of galaxies. I have always felt something pulling me, not towards people, not towards the stars, towards the place where silence sounds like wisdom and darkness isn't empty. It's pregnant with creation. I stopped measuring my life by clocks. The universe doesn't wear watches. Quasars doesn't ask permission to burn, and the moon never apologized for changing. And the sun never shrinks itself to make the night feel more comfortable for others. So why should I? My awakening didn't happen all at once. It happened every time I chose myself over the version of me the world kept trying to recreate. Every boundary became another constellation. Every lesson became another orbit. Every tear washed away lifetimes of my spirit. The goddess within me didn't arrive then, but she remembered. She remembered the woman whose names were erased from history by writing in the heavens. She remembered that her divine has never lived inside buildings. It's always lived inside the breath, inside intuition, inside the scared fire that refused to die. That's when I realized I'm heavy on my whole shit, not the definition they handed out so carelessly. Mine's mean happiness over everything, because joy is the highest frequency I've ever reached, higher than pride, higher than revenge, higher than proving my worth to people determined not to see it at all. I don't chase, I attract. I don't beg, I align. I don't force doors open. What's written for my soul already knows my name. The galaxies didn't question whether they belong. The stars didn't dim them lights to comfort insecurity eyes. And I refuse to become smaller just so someone else can feel bigger. My ancestors echo through my veins like ancient drums. The universe always is in, isn't aligned. The divine meets me every time I choose peace over chaos, truth over performance, healing over survival. So if you see me smiling a little louder, loving myself a little harder, walking away without looking back, understand one thing. I am not running from this world. I am finally moving at a speed my soul was already meant to travel. I'm heavy on my whole shit, heavy on choosing joy when pain brings me the better part and the bitter part, heavy on becoming the goddess I was born to remember, heavy on vibration so high that even the stars recognize me as one of their own. And with that said, you heard that from La Reina, the Ink Empress.
I am that I am, a portal, ink flowing through conduit, channeling for those who can't do it. My purpose is penned in poetry, as I'm designed in the image of a poet, yet destined to be the poem. You see, I don't just be writing these poems, I be right in these poems. You just got to read between the lines to see the man behind the bars, trapped in this paradox, always attempting to escape imprisonment from the ignorance of existence by free writing my experiences, yet still finding life in the pen, conviction in my testimony, for simply reciting my emotions, trying to get trauma and self love to rhyme. Penmanship navigating waves of anxiety, yet and still empowering, inspiring, articulating the complexities of humanity, pouring into this platform, building dreams into reality. Constructing concrete thought with imagery, like scripting skylines that touch heaven, fingertip skyscraping her skin until shaves of stardust shed light on our ability to defy gravity. I am my ancestors' apparatus, inking on pages torn from an open book of life lessons, littering listening ears, hoping you pick up the lines right where I left off so these words don't go to waste. In vessel, consciousness in spirit, Pack light to carry on, being a beacon, radiating source energy, multi-dimensional, a ray of light reflecting what poetry looks like, written in red and green font on a beautiful black canvas, speaking in earth tones, a literacy color wheel illustrating language vividly. Beautifying the writing on the walls looks like graffiti until I put it in a metaphor and make a mural. I am heaven sent writing psalms, transposing these palms, word playing the hand that I've been dealt to touch hearts, change minds, shift paradigms, coining phrases that make the world make sense. My life is the message. These poems are just the envelopes I push, expressed in creativity, delivering affirmations to address where truth resides in vessel, consciousness in spirit. Ventriloquist, taking hold of this being. This pen cushion, absorbed and compressing its own feelings, so I tighten my grip till this tongue drips black excellence, staining silence with soliloquy. Lip talking God frequency. Nea o nimno shua a o u. I am black magic, creating alchemy with words, pulling one hell of a verse out of adversity. With sleight of hand, I spell out narratives and conjure up stanzas, not to get a rise out of you, but to arise the God in you. You see, I don't just be writing these poems. I be right in these poems. Because I understand that this body will not last forever, but the ink that this spirit and body spills, so that I always will. Poem.
He don't just be writing these poems, he be writing them. Wow.
This poem is called Under the Moon. The moonlight danced upon your face, soft and silver, like it was afraid to touch you too harshly. It shined through the wonder in your eyes, those amber pools reflecting the love I know fills mine. The kind of love that feels less like a fire and more like settling into each other after a long day. The ocean breeze curled around me, tangling itself through my hair and wrapping around my skin. I rose with goosebumps, not from the cold, but from the emotion in every breath I pulled into my lungs, tasting the salt on my tongue and trying to memorize each piece of this moment. The sound of the waves, the way the night stretched endlessly around us, the feeling of standing somewhere so far from the life that I knew, and somehow feeling more myself than I had ever had. Your world smells like a candle I used to have. I can't explain it. I don't know how a scent can carry a memory or how something so small can make a place feel familiar. But somehow, 2,000 miles away from my life, I feel at home. I look over at you again, and you're shivering. I wrap my arm around you as if I could shield you from the chill completely, as if my body could become a wall between you and the wind. It was a useless gesture. The breeze still found you. The cold still existed. But it was done with love all the same. And God, you were so perfect like that. Your yellow hoodie pulled around you, your teeth chattering, your body curled into itself while you tried so hard to pretend you weren't freezing. And there it was, humanity breaking through the romance the poet in me was trying to create. Because I wanted to write about the moon, holding back the fog just to give us this moment. I wanted to write about the ocean. I wanted to write about two souls finding each other beneath a sky that looked like it had been painted for us. A poem about falling in love under the same moon we both speak to, cry to, confide in. But the universe had a different lesson for me that night. She watched over us like a proud mother hen, and I could almost hear her laughing. "Mary Jane," she would say, "can't you see your lover is cold? Romance doesn't have to be found in a beautiful scenery. The beauty is not in the moon, or the oceans, or the stars above you. The beauty is in her. It is in the life that you are painting together. It is in the tiny moments no one else will ever see. The first strokes of pigments have already found their place upon the canvas. Now take your girl home." And she was right, of course, as she often is. So I pat your thigh and tell you that our food is getting cold, an excuse good enough that you don't have to try to power through just to give me this moment, just to let me keep staring, just to let me hold on to this piece of time a little longer. That is one of the beautiful things about us. We both try to pull the heavens down just so the other can marvel at the beauty. We try to hand each other the impossible, but tonight, my love, the moon hid herself behind the trees. She only let herself peek through the leaves just enough to watch because she knew the brightest thing in that sky was not her reflection upon the water. It was the sunshine of your smile, and God, you were beautiful there. All shivering limbs and chattering teeth, the whole picture of you. Your yellow hoodie, your happy eyes, your voice against the sound of the waves, bringing sunshine to the Santa Cruz midnight view. Bright, happy, and mine, with all my love, always and always. Mary Jane.
Some of the realest words I've ever heard was, "Who you be, fam? Who are you? In life, do you take the wheel or are you in a carpool?" It's not for argue. It's hard to figure when you grow up. Brothers squeeze triggers so much they develop carpool. It'd be hard to see Zen to see Zen when before you see Zen, you see sin. And the fact that I'm breathing is just another blessing, y'all. The God in the mirror is just a reflection, dog. I had to break me down to a molecule. Too busy addressing the bad and good. I call him Pop Sister Bartholomew. I'm in a different season now. I know how spring feel now with that autumn view. Every time it was time to be in the driver's seat of my life, I would call shotgun like an audible. One time somebody told me, we all carry baggage, just make sure it's Gucci, Louis, Hermes. I say Prada cool, but I'm trying to be a Prada cool, my daughter too. I used to have a fam setup, bro groom type of energy. Now I got ancestors, groom type of chemistry. Even my spirituality was a casualty. Now I worship and worship and pray for those who pray on those that pray. I say, okay, so who you be, fam? Even right now, y'all politicking in a room full of kings and queens, artists and fans. It's a public access network, so you can understand. You was brave before you stepped in the game. Yell at the lanes, tell them discourage. They go stand on the sidelines and try to discourage because they discourage. But success is maddening in this core way. I know. How can I say the use of fullies? But it only be eulogies. Shorty be eulogies in front of your puberty. Probably this. I even told Shorty, it's not a metamorphosis. It's a metamorphosis. Cocooning your wisdom, metamorphosis. Because nowadays you can get changed to change. You know, the metamorphosis, queen. I know fathers who wouldn't even bother with their toddlers talking about that whopper, let alone buy you a whopper. Beauty is only skin deep, but what's in your sin is what I fight for. I gas will clean up in a minute. I'm night core to a nice core. Sis light up, let the haters see even your flame burn brighter. Be a big lighter to a big lighter. Everything starts with you, queen. You are the Jenner, sis. Even a picture could bring sunshine, so for a photo, send this sis. Be a mirage to the haters and stay away, sis. Bottom line is you're worth it, and that should be the basis. Never break or shatter. Even when you do that, God saying you become Windex, being grateful with no regrets. And to see a warrior princess. You know what? I can hear myself. All right. You know what? Bump that. Instead of waiting on the Senate to send that stimmy for some help, you'll build your business up, collect your pennies, and stimulate yourself. They're going to try to tell you generational wealth is bad for you. No money, no power, to let poverty rival you. Trump that. For the presidents, take the steps to overturn your capital. Y'all catch that? I said Trump for the president, take the steps to overturn the Capitol's January 6th. It's tactical. You control tomorrow. Don't settle for a random future. Be a warrior like Shaka with the wealth of a Mansa Musa. Look like you got kerosene, gasoline, and wounded flammable attached to you. And this is nobody can hold the candle to you. And if they do, you still be fire. Elevate higher and take the wealth route. Then you'll have a target. But be like Walmart and check yourself out. You'll see.
Show the work in your craft. We ain't perfection, but let the light of God shine soft through the cracks. Let your truth breathe, let your courage rise. Hear every